Alrighty, folks, we're going to break down just a little bit of math to highlight why everyone is making this refi mistake. And yes, I know everyone is a little bit large, but so many people are making this mistake. And the math is actually quite simple. We're going to have this conversation with the one and only Matt, the mortgage guy. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Mike. How you doing?
I'm doing really well. So I hear you're famous in the mortgage world. Matt Ishbia, the owner of UWM, highlighted a video that you put together. So I thought we should break it down here, highlighting the refi math everyone is getting wrong.
Right. Yeah, that was cool to have a bunch of people text me and DM me on Instagram today saying, you're famous. You like the weekly sales meeting at UWM had your video up, which, you know, the video is rather straightforward and simple. And I'm math, right? Like me and you have talked about break even analysis. And like, if it cost you $3,000 and you save $250 a month, you do some quick math that breaks even in 12 months. You should do that. But here is where people get off. And like for
well, let's actually set it up a little bit more before we get to the math, because this is the mistake everyone makes. Everybody, you know, we've seen this for 2 years. Rates get a little bit better. And the homeowner, the asset owner, thinks that that trend is going to continue. That is mistake number one. So rates are 6.5. Rates at 6.5. I have a 7.5. I have an 8. 6.5 better. But because rates have been getting better for 2 weeks, they think rates will continue to get better for 2 more weeks. And they ultimately say, I will refi my mortgage at some better number in the future. That is the mistake, because and you'll do the math here, what you're doing is you're giving up something for some uncertain date that may take months, if not a year to get to, and you're farther behind the curve. But please set it up, do the math.
Right. Yeah. And the funny part is, to your point, people are like, oh, it went from 6.8 to 6.5. I'll wait till it gets to 6.2. Yeah. When it gets to 6.2, that might not, I'll just wait till 5.9, right? Like they don't really have a target in mind. And so, you know, the math and the example I gave, which I'll give here, is a real life example where I look at someone's mortgage statement. You've got a 7.25% interest rate. Your payment is X. I can refinance you to 6.25, save you a full percent on interest rate and $280 a month. And it makes sense. On that deal, I think it was like a 14-month break even when you factored in all the costs. And so, you know, in 2021, when I did a ton of refinances, I actually created like this little math system where I said it's a green light, a yellow light, or a red light. And I've always prided myself, and I'm going to give you good advice. If it's more than a 36-month break even, it's a red light. I wouldn't do it. And neither should you, you know, and if it's 18 to 36, it might be a yellow. If it's under 18-month break even, it's a green light.
Yeah. Yeah. 18.
Sometimes I got to shake somebody and say, do this loan. It makes sense. Yeah. But for this example, somebody says, well, it's come down to 6.25. I'm just going to wait for it to get to 5.99. I really like that. Just, it sounds good to me, and it's going to happen, right?
It's
like
going
it's come down. So you forego saving $280 a month. And being that I've been doing this for 11, 12 years, and I've done thousands of loans, I know how this story goes. You know, mortgage rates don't go one direction. They go up and down and up and down and up and down. And so while you're waiting and you check in 4 months from now, then again 7 months from now, and finally 10 months from now, 5.99 appears at the same cost.
Okay.
And the buyer is ecstatic. They're a genius, right?
Yeah. I got it. I knew it was going to happen.
I knew it was going to happen. The problem is $280 extra in interest that I tried to
times 10.
Yep. Times 10, $2,800. You've paid in interest that you shouldn't have. But the 6.25 to 5.99, the extra little savings of $50, $55, what it is, that is going to take you the next 4+ years to recoup. Because again, you've paid $280 extra for 10 months. And so like, that's the stuff that people don't think about. And the funny part is like I said, there's no number. It's like, it's gone down. It'll continue to go down. There's like, if you look back to like UWM has all the data in the world.
Yeah. Well, hold on. Let's tell people the math, because again, you and I get this. So again, folks, how did he get here? Again, going from 6.25 to 5.99, you're paying an extra $280 a month.
In this example, 6.25 is the first refi.
For 10, right? So you're giving up on that savings for the extra 50. So that extra 280 times 10 is $2,800. What you get from waiting is instead of 6.25, you get 599 and you save $50. So if you want to do this math yourself, divide $50 into 2080, 2,800, and you get 56 months.
4.5 years of your
Four
life.
and a half years. Yeah, you have to wait until you get that back. And again, as we've said earlier, if it's not 18 months or better, I'm not doing it. So why would you do something that takes 56 months? This is the mistake everybody's making. Not everyone.
Yeah.
Most people are making.
Most people. And, right now there's a couple things going on. September 17th is being used as a marketing thing. The Fed's going to cut interest rates. Interest rates are going to go down. There's something cool coming in the future. I've talked ad nauseum about like mortgage interest rates will not be affected by this Fed meeting, right? Like the quarter is already written in stone. It's already baked into existence. Don't expect rates to get better. They could get worse, right?
They could get worse Friday. You want to see mortgage rates get worse? Get Jerome Powell up on Friday and say basically no September cut. Mortgages will get worse. I'm not saying he will. I'm saying he could.
Yeah, just bearish tone at this Jackson Hole meeting this week. And so that's why, I've got to be better, honestly, Mike, at grabbing somebody by the shoulders a little bit and shaking them, because I've had so many conversations. I've got one right now that is a 7-figure mortgage, and you don't have to move the rate that much for that to make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
And I think it's close to 1%. It's something like $600 a month. And I don't know what, but being that big of a mortgage, popping up 0.25%.
Yeah.
Makes it a whole different thing. It goes from $600 a month to $400 a month in savings. So while it's there, you have to take advantage of it. You can't get greedy. You can't, hope that because it's gotten lower, it'll continue. Like none of that stuff works. The math is the math. And if it makes sense, it makes sense.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I would hope people have learned, but they clearly haven't. Over the last 3 years, I've been talking to you and Convoy Home Loans, and it's always been, if you like it, lock it. In fact, that was your phrase that others have now adopted. But I've also seen consumers continue to be stupid. They basically see a trend and they assume it's going to continue. That's not how it works. Have you not learned? Like we saw 599 twice in the last 2.5 years. It lasted like 7 seconds. If you were at 599 and thought it was going to go to 5 3/4, nope.
Right.
You got to do it when it makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Don't weight yourself into paying thousands more to the current mortgage servicer that you don't need to. Real quick, greatmortgagebroker.com is where you go connect with me and my team. If you've got time, Mike, I'd love to talk about this same subject, but with real estate opportunities. Like
go for it.
Investors. Because it's the same exact thing.
It is.
I talked to an investor yesterday. It's like, man, Florida's kind of soft. My market's kind of soft. Stuff has come down a little bit. And in their brain, it's like, if this home was selling for 300 and now I can get it for 270 to 275, I'll wait a year and it'll be 240, or I'll wait 2 years, it'll be 190. And the crazy part is like, yeah, there's some soft parts of the country. There's more homes than there is demand. But like I looked at Resi Club stuff, 1% decrease, 2% decrease. Like these homes are, if they go down in value, it's going to be in the single digit, 1, 2, 3% over the next 12 months. If you go out there and write an offer that's 10% below list today,
that's the key.
You get the deal today.
You get tomorrow's price today.
Exactly.
That's exactly right.
And because like me and you both know, rates go to 5.5%. Tomorrow's deal might not be there. You might get tomorrow's deal today, and then tomorrow's deal never shows up for somebody waiting.
That's exactly why buyers markets are so interesting. It's because just like we did with the refi, most buyers, homeowners, and investors see a trend and they think it continues. They don't realize there's external variables that could flip that on its head. They don't understand that buyers markets are generally speaking short 9 to 18 months. They don't last for very long. And to your last point, what I keep telling people is if you believe with every fiber of your body that your buy box is going down 10% in the next 12 months. Great. Let's just pretend that's true. Well, write offers that are 15% below list today. Right. And just keep doing that, because again, you can negotiate up a little bit and still get your 10% now. And then maybe if you're right or wrong, who cares? Right. You got the deal already.
Right. Yeah. And if you're right and things go down, like go offer 10% below that next year on the next house and buy another one. Right. But don't let, like, that's people's problem. And I don't know if part of the psyche is like they're afraid and waiting is a way for them to have an excuse not to take action, because that could be part of it too. But, people just have this, mentality that rates have gone down. They'll continue to go down. Home prices have softened. They'll continue to soften. That's just not how it works, right? Stuff ebbs and flows. Opportunities disappear. I've seen it happen. And so I warn people against that, waiting for that perfect Goldilocks moment, right? 3 months.
Get it today. Write it today. That's the key. If you're in a buyer's market, the buyers have the power. You're the demand side. Write the offer. Get the discount now. Get credits. Get repairs. This will not last long. And this is the best opportunity to buy. It's the best market I've seen in 12 years.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And it's like, whenever I see, any of the doom stuff, it's like, good, right? Like,
keep more people away. Good.
Right. Yeah. Keep everybody ducking and hiding and scared, while the investors that know how to go out and put together deals and seek opportunity are out there making it happen.
There you go. Where can they find you?
GreatMortgageBroker.com. Me and my team are willing and able to help. Getting yourself pre-approved, knowing your numbers is a soft pull and a 10-minute application away. So don't wait on that either. That's an important step. Go to GreatMortgageBroker.com.
Thank you, buddy. Take care. Have a good week.
Thanks, Mike.